I've been wanting to do a sweet potato pie inspired bundt cake for some time now, and today is the day.
Get my geek on, get my geek on, get my geek on.
His name is Will.I.YAM. This sweet potato pie inspired bundt cake has chunks of pie crust in it. It has a cream cheese glaze. It has sweet potato puree. Let's get up into this recipe. We're gonna start with our pie crust. I used Joshua Weissman's graham cracker pie crust recipe. I used the whole package of graham crackers, added it to my bullet to break it down, added a 1/3 cup of brown sugar, pinch of salt, and 3/4 cup of melted butter. You wanna incorporate that nicely, get it all mixed together, and add it to a 9-inch pie dish. I did not end up using all of the graham cracker, but we will use it later, okay? Add your pie crust into a preheated 350-degree oven for about 10 minutes. Take your pie crust out and let it fully cool. Next, I got 2 sweet potatoes, okay? Now if you want more sweet potato flavor, go ahead and do 3, but I did 2. I peeled them and cut them up into chunks. I then added them into a boiling pot of hot water and I covered it and let them cook for about 10 minutes or until fork tender. I then added my potatoes to my bullet and I blended it up into a sweet potato puree. I added a little whiskey to my puree, as well as 1 teaspoon vanilla extract, 1 teaspoon maple extract, 1 teaspoon, get this, of lemon extract. I saw someone add lemon to their sweet potato pie a while ago and I tried it and I loved the flavor that lemon, the contrast that lemon brings to sweet potato, and so that's why I'm adding this lemon extract flavor. You don't have to, but it just adds this zing that works. I add about a 1/2 cup of brown sugar, dash of allspice. I add some cinnamon in there. I add lots of cinnamon because I love my cinnamon, alright? A dash of ground cloves, and mix it all together. You then want to sit your sweet potato puree to the side. Next, I butter and flour my bundt pan. I rub it into my bundt pan nicely, and I place it in the fridge. Next, I'm gonna cream 2 sticks of butter. I add a 1/2 cup of sugar to it, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and I cream it all together for a few more minutes. I then add 3 room temperature eggs, 1 at a time. Add 1, mix it in, followed by your next, mix, and then your 3rd, and mix it in. Now it's time for my dry ingredients, which is 1 3/4 cup of all-purpose flour, a pinch of salt, and 1 tablespoon of baking powder. I now incorporate my dry ingredients, alternating with 6 tablespoons of milk. So I'll add a 1/3 of my dry, followed by 2 tablespoons of milk, followed by more of my dry, followed by 2 more tablespoons of milk, followed by the final part of my dry, followed by my last 2 tablespoons of milk until everything is nice and combined. I then add that sweet potato puree to it, get it nice and mixed up into the batter, and then I break down that pie crust that I spent so much time on. I break it up into chunks, and then I fold it into my batter. I don't end up adding all of the pie crust, but I do add, I would say about 3/4 of it to my cake batter. I then add my batter to my bundt pan, and I get Will.I.YAM into my preheated 350-degree oven for about 40 minutes. And now it's time for this cream cheese glaze, alright? Starting with 2 tablespoons melted butter, 1 teaspoon vanilla extract, about a 1/3 of a cup of room temperature cream cheese, 3 tablespoons of heavy cream, whisk that all together, and then combine in 2 cups of powdered sugar. Whisk that all together and you got your delicious cream cheese glaze, okay? Now it's time to take Will.I.YAM out the oven. Once he comes directly out of the oven, I poke some holes into it and I add about a 1/2 cup of melted butter that I mixed with some cinnamon, some brown sugar, and some whiskey. I then pour that over the bottom of Will.I.YAM and that's gonna soak up those flavors, child. After about 15 minutes, you take Will.I.YAM out of the bundt pan and you let him cool patiently for about 2 hours. That's right, you want him fully cooled. Once he's cooled, you add that cream cheese glaze, followed by more chunks of your graham cracker crust, and ladies and gentlemen, you have Will.I.YAM, okay? This cake is fluffy and moist, and then you get those bits of that pie crust in there that is just delicious. Just don't make no damn sense, all right? That's why you gotta make this cake, because it is that good, okay? And then you gotta make sure you like this video, comment, share, subscribe, and click that notifications bell because I will be back with more bundt cake recipes.